Good evening. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome family, friends, the Board of School Directors, administrators, and special guests to this evening's commencement exercises for Parkland High School's Class of 2013. I think they're a little excited out there. For the first time ever, Parkland School District will be streaming the commencement ceremony live via streaming video to all of our friends and family throughout the world. The program can be accessed through the Parkland School District homepage. Tonight's ceremony should be a time of reflection and joy. We remind you that this is a formal ceremony and distractions are not appropriate. We wish all our attentions to be directed toward the graduates throughout the evening, and your cooperation is greatly appreciated. At the conclusion of the ceremony, the graduates will recess to the area outside of the Roush Field House. Parents and guests should meet the graduates at that location. Leading the class of 2013 this evening will be the senior class officers, followed by our highest honor graduates and the program participants. Please stand as they enter the arena. The Parkland High School Band, led by Mr. Jason LaRue, will play the Parkland High School alma mater, which can be found on page 2 of your program, followed by the national anthem. We ask that you remain standing. Please be seated. The president of the class, Tyler Duff, will now present the class key to Ross Blazinski, president of the class of 2014.
A year ago, I stood off the stage waiting to receive this key from the 2012 president, Andrew Kim. As I looked out into the crowd, I saw some familiar faces, but I felt very removed. It seemed that our graduation was still in the distant future, but we made it. I feel so honored to stand here in front of the Parkland School District family. I still cannot believe that this is our graduation. Last year, I was unsure of what I could ever say in my graduation speech, and lines have been flying through my head ever since. I thought, how could I possibly say anything to try to sum up our 4 years at Parkland and all the years we have spent in the district? But the class of 2013, we spoke for ourselves this year with one of, if not the, most memorable years in Parkland High School history. Freddie nominations and awards, state art awards, all-state musicians and athletes, numerous academic awards, national merit finalists, 10 district champion sports teams, and 12 LVC championships. Parkland class of 2013 was all gold everything. If anybody in the Lehigh Valley didn't know Parkland, I can guarantee that they do now. Now we're at graduation, the end of our high school years, the end of an era. And I find myself in a situation in which I must put a finishing touch on everything we've all been through, while standing here with this giant wooden key as Ross Blazinski waits to receive it on the side. But before he comes up, it is my responsibility to discuss this key. Last year, this key was bestowed upon me with one simple instruction: don't lose it. That was simple enough, as Mrs. Goldstein promptly whisked it away from me the moment I stepped behind the stage. But as with everything we've learned in English class over the years, it's a symbol. Parkland has given each and every one of us a key, with the education and frame of mind instilled in us by our teachers, coaches, family, and classmates. We have the key to open the doors to our futures. After today, we will all embark on our separate journeys. For many of us, this key leads to further academic pursuits. Others hold the key to joining the workforce. And for others still, they hold the key to joining the armed forces and fighting for their country, for their family, for their friends. We all have this key. It is deep within ourselves and makes up who we are. You each have a different key. I have a different key. We all must use what Parkland has provided for us, what our family and peers have provided for us, and decide what our own key unlocks. But always remember, don't lose it. Don't lose sight of who you are. Don't lose sight of your goals. Don't lose all of your brightest memories, and don't lose all of the lessons you have learned. Keep this key with you at all times, and don't lose it. At this time, I would like to invite the president of the class of 2014, Ross Blazinski, onto the stage. Ross, this key is yours now. Don't lose it.
I accept this key on behalf of the class of 2014, and I'd like to thank President Duff. Your class has been a role model to my own, and you will all be greatly missed. Thank you, and congratulations.
Now I'd like to say a few thank yous before I sit back down. First of all, I would like to thank Mrs. Goldstein, our incredible class advisor, for everything she did to help our class. She's the reason our prom was such a success, and also why it wasn't pirate-themed, since she kept me in our check at meetings. She has done just so much over the past 4 years, and I know that I, along with the other class officers, will miss her greatly. Thank you as well to my other class officers who are sitting here alongside me. Vice President Paul Tajiri, Treasurer Kira Connis, and our secretaries, Sarah Whitaker and Judith Skinker, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. Additionally, I would like to thank all of the principals and administrators who have given us so much over the years, especially Mrs. Steckel, who spent countless hours helping not only the senior class, but all of the clubs around the school. I'm sure all of you, my classmates, would join me in thanking all of the Parkland teachers and coaches who have taught the importance of hard work, responsibility, and determination. I feel truly blessed to have had the opportunity to learn from such brilliant minds. But what impacted me the most was how much each teacher truly cares about the students. It's difficult at such a large school, but it seemed like the teachers went out of their ways to truly know their students. So thank you for all of your hard work. From athletics to the arts, thank you to all of the coaches who have had faith in us and inspired us to excel and be the best we could be. To not only follow in the paths others had set before, but to work hard, to come together as one unit and one family with a common goal and earn our tradition. On a personal note, although I know most would do the same, I'd like to thank my parents for being the most influential people in my life and making me who I am today. I don't know where I'd be if it weren't for them staying up late with me every time that my procrastination came back to haunt me the day before a big project. And lastly, thank you to all of you, my fellow classmates and friends, who have made such an impact on my life and the lives of all at Parkland over the years. Although many of us may unfortunately lose touch, Parkland will always be a part of who we are, and I will never forget the memories and moments I've spent with all of you. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Remember that you hold the keys to unlock success and happiness in your future. Don't lose these keys and don't lose sight of your goals. I'll end with my favorite quote from Jimmy V: "Don't give up, don't ever give up. Stay classy, Parkland."
The following seniors will now perform a musical selection under the direction of Mr. Frank Anonia. Jared Blockus, Jonas Bloomfield, Dustin Brinker, Samantha Chibenko, Christopher D'Imperio, Sarah Doherty, Daniel Fogelman, Adam Groff, Charlene Jean, William Marshall, Sarah Rice, Rebecca Stahl, Elizabeth Sturba.
Minutes, 525,000 moments so dear, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year?
In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife, in
525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in a life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measuring love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love. 525,600 minutes, 525,000 journeys you've been, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
into that she learned all the times that she died, in bridges he burned all the way that she died.
The story never ends. Separated to love, the life of friends. Never the love. Never the love. Never the love. Measuring love. Seasons of love.
Measuring love.
Seasons of love. Love. Love.
Parkland High School has a tradition of choosing a student speaker through a competitive process. Over 15 talented seniors made the job of the selection committee a difficult one. This year's student speaker is truly an accomplished Parkland High School student. Throughout her tenure at Parkland High School, Lauren B. Canefo has not only been a role model academically, she is a respected voice of the student body. Lauren was selected to represent all Parkland students at the District Community Advisory Council and on the District Strategic Planning Committee. She has served as president of the Student Council president of FBLA, and earned varsity letters in tennis for the past 3 years. In addition to her highest academic achievements, Lauren contributes to her community, donating her time every summer to underprivileged and handicapped children, providing tennis lessons to students who may never be exposed to the sport. Lauren is one of the most respected students on campus and in the community.
Good evening, parents, siblings, family members, friends, teachers, administrators, and of course, good evening to the greatest class in Parkland history, the class of 2013. My name is Lauren Canafo, and it is my sincere pleasure and honor to be standing before you all tonight to recognize this amazing milestone in our lives. All of us can remember our first days here at Parkland High School, the long drive into the parking lot, the new faces, new teachers, the intimidating upperclassmen, and yes, the new responsibilities. It seemed like just yesterday we were the naive, clueless freshmen trying to learn how to open our lockers, navigate the hallways, let alone find our classes. Let's face it, it was intimidating. We were lost. We were scared. We were confused. The size of the school, the plethora of subjects, it was all so overwhelming. And yet, we adapted to the change. One day at a time, we slowly found our way, our direction, and ultimately, our purpose. It seemed like forever until we would graduate from high school. There is one thing we never realized, however, how fast our journey through high school and rule as seniors would be over. We not only made lifetime friends with our classmates, but also with our teachers and administrators in our 4 years here. We will miss Parkland and all the memories that were created. It's hard to leave a place that was really a second home to all of us. I know, however, that we are all prepared for life because of what Parkland has provided. They challenged our minds to explore passions and interests. Teachers encouraged us in ways we never thought possible. We stretched our imaginations, increased our future horizons, and in the process, we made lifelong memories. But that was then, and this is now. 4 years later, here we stand, united as the class of 2013, knowledgeable, confident, and so much wiser, looking to the future with open arms, ready to make our mark. Some may doubt us, calling us the Generation Y, the internet and social media generation. We've all heard it. We're the kids who don't communicate other than through social media. We're the ones using cell phones at the dinner table, tweeting, texting, liking, pinning, and we can't forget Instagramming. In fact, rumor has it that a high school boy and girl once met on Facebook. They sent text messages proclaiming their love for each other. They sent Valentine's Day wishes through Instagram. And eventually, they broke up via a tweet, having never spoken to each other even once. We can't live without it. That's who we are, Generation Y. But in reality, we're so much more than that. Our generation has the ability to be the change we seek in the world. John F. Kennedy once said, "Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future." Social media and the internet have become incredible tools. It has enabled us to communicate with students and teachers when we're not in school. It has allowed us to learn 24 hours a day. It has allowed us to share good times, and yes, even some bad times. Instead of recognizing it in our generation in a negative way, it's important to see the good that has been able to be transformed from it. The world has become a smaller place because of it. But at the same time, we cannot and must not forget the value and importance of direct communication. We can't send condolences via text message. You can't say happy birthday through an e-card. You can't express your true feelings with an emoticon. Our age has been given the opportunity to have the best of both worlds. We need to put our advantages to good use. We need to use it to raise money for the needy. Use it to spread an important message. Use it to make a change. My fellow classmates, we have the chance to become the greatest generation of all time. We have the opportunity to utilize this amazing tool of social media. We must promise ourselves, however, that we will never forget the most important tools of all: our individual personalities, our honesty, and our value time on this earth. Behind every computer, iPhone, and social media account is a person with a heart, mind, and soul. We owe it to ourselves, society, and the Parkland School District from which we come to leave an imprint as the class of 2013. The time is now, and the place is where we're heading. Perhaps the greatest culprit of Generation Y, Steve Jobs, once said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. My fellow graduates, our future starts now. Let's begin this new chapter with these goals in mind. Let's be the best we can be. Let's make this world a better place. Let's show the world what the Parkland School District class of 2013 has to offer. And most importantly, let's make all the people in this room proud of what we have done and what we have yet to do. Class of 2013, it's time to claim our future by walking out these doors tonight as Parkland graduates. Thank you.
This evening, we would like to recognize our National Honor Society Award winners. These awards were presented at Academic Awards Night on Monday, May 20th. Students, please rise when we call your name and remain standing until all the award winners have been recognized. Audience, we ask that you hold your applause until all the names have been read. Certificate of Merit, Carter N. Yunt. Art, Elisa R. Sutton. Business, Abby J. Harris. English, Camille Roberts. Family and Consumer Science, Elizabeth C. Mirth. American Sign Language, Mackenzie Woodbridge. Spanish, John Pelosi. French, Michael Chidiak. German, Jacob Gottwald. Latin, Matthew Dombrowski. Social Studies, Mohammed Darwish. Orchestra, Marcus P. Spiegel. Band, Yelena Gokovich. Vocal Music, William Marshall. Mathematics, Marcus P. Spiegel. Science, Joy Y. Wang. Technology Education, Eric McKitka. Physical Education, Drake Shapansky. Vocational Education, Adrian Gable. Now it is my honor to introduce the Superintendent of the Parkland School District, Mr. Richard Snizak, who will introduce our highest honor students.
Good evening. Welcome to our honored guests, school board directors, administrators, teachers, staff, parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends, and a special welcome to the class of 2013. I'm thrilled to have this opportunity to express my congratulations and best wishes to our graduating class. As many of us already know, high school graduation is a major turning point in life. It marks the end of an important phase, and it also marks the dawn of a new and exciting era. Tonight is about celebrating memories of the past while holding great expectations for the future. The next few years will bring many exciting choices and opportunities your way. To all the parents, let me say that I understand all too well the mixed feelings that this special night brings. It is a bittersweet feeling, one that vacillates from joy to anxiety. Successful parenting requires us to raise our children to become independent, although it is the thought of them being on their own that creates this tremendous anxiety for all of us. This year's senior class is a terrific group of students, possessing diverse talents and a wide range of skills. You are an accomplished graduating class that has brought pride and honor to Parkland in all areas, from academics to the arts and athletics. You have made us extremely proud. Your high school and your school district received local, state, national, and international recognition because of the multitude of accomplishments attributed to the class of 2013. An exciting world of opportunities and choices awaits you. I encourage you to choose wisely and to take advantage of these opportunities as they come your way. As Ronald Reagan stated, each generation goes further than the generation preceding it because it stands on the shoulder of that generation. You will have opportunities beyond anything we've ever known. Like Reagan, I can pretty much guarantee that your generation will have far more opportunities than our generation. Look to capitalize on those opportunities that are in front of you. Learn from these obstacles and continue forward in your pursuit of your passion. As Henry Ford shared, obstacles are those frightful things you see only when you take your eyes off your goal. Life is truly a wonderful journey. It's a course that you set and determine by the choices you make each and every day. You are certain to face some adversity on life's journey. We all do. Dr. Seuss stated, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know. And you are the only one who'll decide where you will go." Celebrate the days of success and always prepare for the challenges that meet each of us as we navigate our way through life. Although we consciously attempt to make the most positive decisions on a day-to-day basis, you and I know challenging days will always exist. Remember, it's during the successful times that people will recognize your name. But more importantly, it's during the challenging times that people recognize your character. I'm certain that our graduates are well aware of the overwhelming display of support that is assembled here tonight. People who care about you are present, bringing with them a strong feeling of pride to honor you. This display of support should inspire you as you move forward with your future plans. During this special time of celebration, please take a moment or two to remember how you reached this point and reflect in appreciation upon all the people and experiences that brought you here. To the class of 2013, I offer my sincere congratulations for all you accomplished. Thank you for your contributions, which serve to enhance the reputation of Parkland High School and the Parkland School District. Congratulations and best wishes. For the first time at a Parkland graduation ceremony, it is my pleasure to introduce our students graduating with highest honor. Beginning with the class of 2013 and beyond, the Parkland Board of School Directors authorized the elimination of the public reporting of class rank for all students. Based upon the cumulative grade point average for each student, I will recognize those students ranging in the top 3% of the graduating class of 2013. These students graduating with highest honor are wearing a red and gray honor cord over their graduation gowns. I will introduce the students alphabetically, and I will ask each of them to stand and remain standing until I call their names. I would ask our audience to hold your applause until I introduce all the students graduating with the highest honor. Members of the class of 2013 graduating with highest honors are Nida Bajwa, Danielle Berman, Brian Dinkelacker, Tyler Duff, Jacob Gottwald, Alan Johnson, Roshan K. Joshi, J. M. Kadawala, Lauren B. Canefo, Erin Kathleen Kerp, Jeffrey Miller, Adija Mishra, Alicia Ragay, Mohammed Saeed, Shweta Sen, Donovan Snyder, Marcus P. Spiegel, Harsimran K. Thind, Anna Veskovic, Joy Wong, Jonathan Ukra. Please join me in congratulating the students from the class of 2013 graduating with highest honors. You may be seated.
Please join me in welcoming Mr. James E. Moniz II, the principal of Parkland High School, to the podium.
Good evening. Prior to presenting the class of 2013, I would like to pay tribute to the retiring members of our Parkland High School faculty and staff. 7 members of our high school staff will have retired before the start of next school year. Together, they have spent 185 years educating the hearts and minds of students. On behalf of the students over the past 4 decades, special thanks comes to Mrs. Pat Diamond, German teacher, Mrs. Charlene Greer, English teacher, Mr. George Wenzel, math teacher, Mrs. Dixie Gross, guidance counselor, Mrs. Kathy Whitaker, library secretary, Mrs. Karen Grimm, guidance secretary, and Mrs. Jane Barthold, assistant principal. As they embark on this new phase in their lives, we wish each of them good health and much happiness in their retirement years. Thank you to our Parkland faculty, administration, and support staff for their contributions in providing a high-quality educational program for our students. A special thanks to Mrs. Teresa Stack, Mrs. Jane Barthold, Mr. Terry Meehan, Mr. Tony Naradko, Mrs. Donna Steckel, Mr. John Piper, and many teachers for assisting in organizing tonight's event. Thanks as well to Mr. Jeffrey Geisel and Mr. Mark Stutz for providing so many opportunities for Parkland students over the past 4 years. Thanks to our superintendent, Mr. Richard Snizak, assistant superintendent, Mr. Rodney Troutman, and assistant to the superintendent, Mrs. Tracy Smith, and the members of the Parkland Board of School Directors for their direction and support. At this time, Mrs. Jane Bartlett, President of the Parkland Board of School Directors, I am happy to certify that these members of the Parkland High School class of 2013, appearing before you this evening, have met the requirements for graduation as established by the Pennsylvania State Department of Education and the Parkland Board of School Directors. I am honored to present the Parkland High School class of 2013 to you.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight is my honor to represent the Parkland Board of School Directors. And I'd like to introduce you to two of them who are here tonight, who are seated over to my left in the first section. Please stand, Mrs. Lisa Adams and Mr. Robert Cohen. Thank you for being here. Also, in this section over here, we have one of our former superintendents, Mr. Carmen Riola, who I had the pleasure of working under many years ago. And he is here tonight to celebrate his twin grandson's graduation. So we welcome you, Mr. Riola. I, too, would like to acknowledge the outstanding administrators on this stage and in the audience up here, and all the dedicated teachers who are seated above me tonight. All of these people gave you much support during your years at Parkland, some just behind the scenes, and others on a daily basis. When you started school in the year 2000, did you ever think that you would just blink and all of a sudden here you are ready to accept your diploma? I'm sure it didn't go that quickly for all of you, but I know it did for your parents and your families. Now, something very interesting happened to me tonight. As I wrote this little speech, I was trying to think of something very profound to say to you, but I knew you would never remember what I had to say because most of you don't even know me. But then, you know what happened? I had this great thing all planned. I thought it was kind of neat and cute. So here's my words of wisdom. Always check with the other person, if who is speaking in front of you, if they may have the same little story or quote, etc. That's what happened to me 5 minutes ago. So I have nothing profound. I have nothing cute. It's just me. And that's as honest as I'm going to be. And so, Mr. Moniz, one thing I do have to say, though. Every time I get up here and I see a graduating class, you just simply take my breath away. I am so honored. You have no idea what this means to me to be able to give some of you your diplomas tonight. It is such an incredible experience and one I will never forget. And so, Mr. Moniz, I accept with pleasure the class of 2013 on behalf of the Parkland Board of School Directors and congratulate each of these young people on the achievement of this milestone. Now let's get started and get out those diplomas.
We will begin with the senior class officers. President of the senior class, Tyler Duff. Vice President, Paul Tajiri. Technology Secretary, Sarah Whitaker. Treasurer, Kira Conis. And our senior speaker, Lauren Knafo.
Jacob Salinas.
First row. Jared Blockus.
Harsimran Thind.
Samantha Chibenko.
J. M. Katawala.
Jonas Bloomfield.
Shweta Sen.
Sarah Grace Doherty.
Roshan Joshi.
Dustin Brinker.
Alicia Regay.
Charlene Olivia Jean.
Alan Ocon Johnson.
Chris D'Imperio.
Aaron Kerp.
Sarah Rice.
Jacob Gottwald.
Daniel Hayden Fogelman.
Danielle Bourbon.
Rebecca Stahl.
Brian Dinkelocker.
Adam Groff.
Nida Eli Bajwa.
Elizabeth Fritz Sturba.
William Marshall.
Jeffrey Miller.
Aaron Anderson.
Anna Veskovic.
Harold Acosta.
Aditya Misra.
Lauren Anderson.
Joy Wong.
Jalon Adams.
Mohammed Saeed.
Krista Aquilina.
Jessica Abraham.
Michael Adams.
Donovan Snyder.
Wesnita Ashley Archillis.
Emily Albertson.
Rakib Ahmed.
Marcus P. Spiegel.
Safa Assad.
Haley Albright.
Ryan E. Alsop.
Jonathan Ukra.
Jennifer Atlas.
Kiana Alvarado.
Christopher Emilio.
Nicholas Zapataki.
Jessica Beth Barr.
Brianna Barone.
Joshua Anthony Arena.
Nabil Amin.
Melissa Balliet.
Jihai Laughlin.
Gabriel Abar.
Boima Anderson.
Abigail Barnaby.
Nikita Miklovsky.
AJ Bonnick.
Nathan Andruskavich.
Allison K. Barr.
Oneri Patel.
Timothy Baranek.
Brian Anthony.
Rolana Bachara.
Rosemarian Safront.
Joshua Barna.
Patani Apriala.
Brianna Ashton Bean.
Brianna Azarian.
Ethan Bauer.
Sorry. Austin James Bezos.
Melissa Bokniak.
Emily Ann Beckta.
Ty Burkhold Boger.
Austin Beitelman.
Nadia Bokenkamp.
Caitlin Beisel.
Christopher Ingram.
Zachary Benikoff.
Gabby Bonanni.
Brooke Benedict.
Harris Body.
Andrew Evan Bardal.
Tiffany Amber Bortz.
Haley Bennikin.
Nick Blank.
Trevor Bergen.
Lauren Bostick.
Keela Benner.
Miles Boger.
Josh Berger.
Brianna Bowermaster.
Taylor Blasco.
Kevin Boudreau.
Vincent Boyer.
Sade Fola Burgess.
Taylor Brynick.
Tyler Bird.
Devin Boyle.
Colmia Caraccio.
Lindsay Bray.
Kyle Camaoni.
Sean Boyle.
Michaela Caraccio.
Devin Bremen.
Felice Campbell.
Connor Brandt.
Nicole Carl.
Sage Briner.
Bryce R. Campbell.
Logan Braun.
Sarah Carr.
Megan Broski.
Michael Cara.
Colton Burkhart.
Laura Caraskia.
Shelby Brown.
Christopher Carcetti.
Daniel Carl.
So-Yun Chung.
Caitlin Carter.
David Cifuentes.
Nathan Case.
Alexa Claudio.
Sharday Cespedes.
Jonathan Cindia.
Stephen Kavanaugh.
Danielle Clune.
Samantha Chauback.
Matt Clark.
Abdullah Shaker.
Rebecca Koblenz.
Paige Chapelier.
Dallas Alonzo Camigis Jr.
Nicholas Shandick.
Mariah Elizabeth Cole.
Michaela Chidiak.
Eric Constant.
Colin Cheslock.
Taylor Coleman.
Alex Chawansky.
Gabriel Jose Contreras.
Noah Cosgrove.
Giselle De Silva.
Brandy Costa.
Adam DeLuzio.
Matthew Costello.
Kelsey Davis.
Allison Cox.
Mohammed Iman Darwish.
Keegan Cove.
Emily Day.
Ariel Kraft.
Darren De Silva.
Patrick Cullen.
Jana Di Filippo.
Jacqueline Kreitz.
Dante DeRoria.
James Cusack.
Brittany Deckrell.
Allison Cressman.
Jonathan DeVanzo.
Tom Zajakowski.
Katerina Del Nero.
Mary Zajakowski.
Andre Davis.
Jeff Dax.
Madison Dorschutz.
Amanda Lynn Durr.
Alex DePasquale.
Michael Demboski.
Emily Dratch.
Savannah Durr.
Ryan Dupre.
Sean Dent.
Rose Lillian Dror.
Sierra Dairty.
Matthew Dobson.
Dallas Dietrich.
Gianni Lee Duarte.
Katie Dickinson.
Thomas Dodson.
Evan Dietrich.
Priscilla Duarte.
Kelly Dietrich.
Matthew Doe.
Dave D'Imperio.
Sabina Duca.
Madison Donchez.
Matt Dombrowski.
Cullen Donmoyer.
Kelly Nicole Folland.
Juliet Dunleavy.
Kyle Elder.
Alec Doherty.
Taylor Marie Philman.
Courtney Dunn.
Dylan Engel.
Alex Duke.
Jen Fink.
Caitlin Durkin.
Dane Engler.
Brian Eckhart.
Morgan Fisher.
Morgan Eberly.
Keith Esposito.
Ahmed El Ashri.
Kristen Fissner.
Crystal Evans.
Brandon Evans.
Jarrell Elder.
Rosemary Fleming.
Rachel Lynn Farver.
Ian Evans.
Jonathan Everett.
Emily Goldsmith.
Kylie Folk.
Ryan Philman.
Sean Farrell.
Hannah Gombos.
Vanessa France.
Jason Aaron Fine.
Carter Fartuck.
Taylor Green.
Jessica Gabala.
Andrew Fink.
David Fadazko.
Kelsey Grimm.
Erica Gamble.
Dylan Fisher.
John Fadazko.
Yelena Golkovich.
Kendall Gideon.
James Fisher.
Nick? You have Nick? Nick Felker.
Elizabeth Hall.
Lily Geiger.
Yavish Fitter.
Eli Flagg.
Aaron Heinzelman.
Olivia Hannon.
Hadrian Gable.
Kevin Fluharty.
Danielle Heller.
Abby Harris.
Brady Gallagher.
Aiden Flynn.
Andrea Hirsch.
Sarah Hassan.
AJ Gandhi.
Abigail Hawk.
Kayla Hilliard.
Andrew Fuhr.
Anthony Ganguza.
Naomi Hawkins.
Alexis Hinderleiter.
Matthew Gable.
Ulysses Garcia.
Jasenia Hedgeland.
Sheena Hinkle.
Justin Kumar Gaba.
Hervins Ray Garcon.
Vina Marie Ho.
Caitlin Hulbert.
Bobby George.
Jordan Goldstein.
Megan Hoffman.
Brianna Hummel Sotak.
Vina Guy.
Tyler Grafe.
Shannon Homa.
Megan Hunter.
Jacob Giannini.
Stephen Graziano.
Heather Horlocker.
Aaliyah Hurdle.
Kyle Gishel.
Alex Gregory.
Alex Horvath.
Francesca Invernizzi.
Jean Glenn.
Seth Gregory.
Sarah Horwith.
Abigail Jacobson.
Adrian Grobler.
Jacob Grimm.
Joanna Jandal.
Shannon Keenan.
John Grube.
Benjamin Hakim.
Alexa Janda.
Taylor A. Keys.
Stephen Gutzloff.
Christopher Hamill.
Catherine Ilona Capelson.
Allison Kyle.
Anthony Gullo.
Kevin Haney.
Sarah Karmoski.
Brittany Kaiser.
Zach Garinowicz.
Ormar Hanna.
Miriam Cassis.
Aaron Kelly.
Nathan Haberstroh.
Andrew Harris.
Brianna Kearney.
Megan Kiefer.
Justin Heffelfinger.
Nolan Hay.
Stacy Kimmick.
Callie Kreitzer.
Tyler Heiklin.
Corey Henninger.
Taylor Kinneberg.
Holly Crasley.
Matt Heinzelman.
Ryan Haight.
Paige Kirkner.
Sydney Krasen.
Sean Matthew Heist.
Christian Holzappel.
Lindsay Klemick.
Taylor Kraus.
Nicholas Helfrich.
Donovan Horninger.
Kelly Cucker.
Deandra Krupak.
Jake Hemis.
Aaron Hossein.
Corinne Kolodi.
Abigail Krutzek.
Logan Howell.
Zachary Hulick.
Jessica Krenicki.
Caitlin Leroy.
Bryce Hauer.
Brandon Iannata.
Afton Custer.
Montana Inez Leaks.
Anthony Hudson.
Siam Iman.
Brianna Kutzer.
Jessica Leiby.
Christian Hughes.
Peter Isaac.
Elizabeth Lamb.
Andrea Lewis.
Nick Hugo.
Igor S. Ivanov.
Danica Lanyon.
Maggie Lichtenwalner.
Nick Hutchinson.
Ali Jaber.
Alicia Ann Lawler.
Morgan Lee Linkhorst.
Michael Jocelyn.
Christian Xavier Jimenez.
Erica Luth.
Sarah Lundeen.
Aston Jones.
Eric Kaskowitz.
Kelly Lockard.
Samantha Lerwick.
Jordan Jones.
Kyle Kearns.
Kiana Lozano.
Erica Lux.
Anthony Howard.
Mitchell Keller.
Kiara Lozano.
Brenda Madhani.
Adam Kalbach.
Alex Kemper.
Caitlin Lucas.
Samantha Malarchek.
Mohammed Kashkush.
Harrison Kirch.
Bianca Luchuk.
Colleen Mangeres.
Abbas Kaku.
Jonathan Karen.
Cabrina Moran.
Colleen McMahon.
Kyle Kibido.
Matthew Kleinhens.
Ashley Martin.
Kaylin McMenamy.
Joshua Kibido.
Sean Kloss.
Abigail Lynn Marushak.
Alicia Merklin.
Samuel Kirschner.
David Klunk.
Becca Mata.
Monica Minkowitz.
Colin Kistler.
Matt Notek.
Victoria McCarter.
Elizabeth Mirth.
Luke Kleken.
James Coe.
Caitlin McConnell.
Erica Missler.
George J. Condolian.
Ben Kotler.
Marcy Mitakos.
Brooke Moyer.
Brandon Kraus.
Dan Laloma.
Regan Mitchell.
Mackenzie Muse.
Brett Kudlak.
Congratulations. Peter Landgraf Kimball.
Melanie Moltner.
Megan Muthard.
Andrew Kuntz.
Jonathan Douglas Lang.
Catherine Moran.
Carly Lynn Neff.
Jeffrey Kurtz.
Liam Bernardo Lansing.
Madison Morgan.
Cassidy Newman.
Alex Ledoux.
Daniel Leiby.
Malia Morris.
Adrian Nichols.
Jacob Lenhart.
Brandon Leinert.
Jillian Madison Nielsen.
Kavya Pomidi.
Sean Levy.
Damon Mack.
Jillian O'Connell.
Jocelyn Parry.
Akil Lewis.
Zachary James William McLean.
Marissa Ortner.
Kirsten Pausinger.
Michael Lewis.
Nathan Moore.
Katie May, organist.
Laura Phillips.
Michael Lucchini.
Tyler Maffey.
Caitlin Osborne.
Kenna Piacquadio.
Zach Luckin.
Matt Melandra.
Anna Ostrander.
Elena Pierce.
Michael Donald Marano.
Sunny Malik.
Erica Pisani.
Neha Rana.
Evan Martyr.
Tyler Martin.
Megan Palaha.
Cassidy Reinhard.
Vincent Marino.
Dalton Mason.
Hannah Pasaco.
Olivia Reiser.
Adam Marsala.
Ruben Lugo.
Jamie Nicole Potenzi.
Camille Roberts.
Michael H. Martin.
Matthew May.
Megan Price.
Sarah J. Roberts.
Phil Martin.
Ryan McClelland.
Barbara Quaglieri.
Kelly Robertson.
Michael Patrick McGovern.
Colin McConnell.
Brianna Rontheimer.
Stephanie Saffron.
Ryan Casey McGowan.
AJ Meta.
Ashley Roke.
Kayla Salazar.
Michael McMahon.
Braxton Mertz.
Caitlin Ross.
Ariana Sayud.
Ryan McMahon.
Matthew Mazeros.
Cheyenne Lynn Rossanese.
Gretchen Saby.
Chase Harrison McNeil.
Eric J. McKitka.
Emily Roxbury.
Alana Scatini.
Brandon McPeak.
Daryl Miller.
Emily Russo.
Amanda Jane Schleicher.
Vance Miller.
Shane Miller.
Gloria Scotto di Cavella.
Samantha Sawillo.
Grady Millick.
Andrew Moyer.
Sarah Beth Angela Seagreaves.
Shweta Shastri.
Ali Reza Mobaraki.
Jesse Mazeko.
Megan Sire.
Morgan Sheplock.
Derek Amy Sipe.
Andrew Mulzit.
Tyler Morgan.
Riley Sherrier.
Christine Marie Seitzinger.
Damon Muth.
Jeremy Matsko.
Lakin Sherry.
Tori Cito.
Paul Nagshina.
Jonathan Nykum.
Paige Sibilia.
Christina Marie Smith.
Harris Anthony Noggle.
Will Nemeth.
Adriana Sorrentino.
Seattle Smith.
Danny Onchuk.
Matthew Newman.
Latoya Nicole Soto.
Tynika Smith.
John Orsini.
Darian Nomi.
Natalie C. Spanitz.
Haley Snyder.
David T. Ortiz.
Ian O'Brien.
Hannah Starner.
Sarah Snyder.
Eric Ortiz.
Vincent O'Brien.
Ali Steinke.
Jantima Sambun Song.
Zachary Owen.
Calvin Panner.
Nicole Casey Stengel.
Caitlin Marie Stetler.
Stephen Palopoli IV.
Andrew Sylvester John Panny.
Rachel Elizabeth Tallarico.
Christiana Stewart.
John Michael Pelosi.
Jyot Patel.
Rashu Rani Talwar.
Dana Sumi.
Constantine John Penzone III.
Rohan Vipul Patel.
Crystal Tolentino.
Jalissa Susana.
William Pesco.
Sunny Patel.
Brittany Torres.
Elisa Renee Sutton.
Marcus Peters.
Rishe Patabiranan.
Sandra Ashley Torres.
Samantha Suzak.
Alexander Pederak.
Justin Piersga.
Kayla Tracy.
Ashley Danielle Ubelli.
Alex Pfeiffer.
Raynell Pitts.
Marissa Wagner.
Ashley Unanks.
Nicholas Pizzella.
Alex Platia.
Chloe Walbert.
Krupa Vadia.
Jacob Pyron.
John Pladia.
Abigail Walsh.
Regina Vasilopoulos.
Taylor Radamakers.
Colin Pratt.
Amanda Warmkessel.
Chelsea Joe Vasallo.
Samuel Lewis Robb II.
Edward Probasco.
Hannah Naomi Watson.
Natalie Vicenti.
Kyle Riemann.
Shai Ray M.
Melissa Marie Widener.
Alicia Weigel.
Trevor K. Reed.
Bradley Reeves.
Dominique Williams.
Kelsey Rose Weigman.
Lorenzo Dominic Rapasso.
Zachary Reich.
Spelled it wrong here. Oksana Whitbrot.
Lauren Welke.
Devin Rhodes.
Josh Reichard.
Mackenzie Bell Woodbridge.
Leah Wenhold.
Nicholas Riola.
Ryan Reinhardt.
Alyssa Worthington.
Nicole Wirt.
Alexander Riola.
Connor Wrights.
Chelsea Wyant.
Jessica Weatherhold.
Jose Luis Rivera.
Xavier Roden. Slow down.
Brianna Yon.
Allison C. Young.
Michael Rizzuto.
Kevin Rodenbaugh.
Thomas Sams.
Helena Zahn.
Kevin Santo.
Justice Rodriguez.
Joseph Scandola.
Amanda Zerfie.
Christian Schlegel.
Damon Andre Rosario.
Kyle Schlier.
Ryan Rosario.
Chris Schmall.
Zachary Runke Ward.
Adam Schneck.
Mark Sabino.
Mike Schock.
Asif Sabri.
Tyler Schrantz.
Sadman Sakib.
Cody Seidel.
Elliot Senseman.
John Seitzinger.
Ian Seymour.
Brandon Semmel.
Raj Shah.
Joey Span.
Zachary Sherman.
Tyler Anthony Specht.
Ryan Sikorsky.
Joshua Steinmetz.
Alexander Wolfgang Siegfried.
Tanner Stengel.
Aaron Silverstein.
Kyle Stetner.
Kevin Soroka.
Wajil Stimful.
Christian Fielding Smith.
Robert Stock.
Michael K. Smith.
Christopher Strauss.
Chad Avery Snyder.
Rob Strauss.
Devin Sodal.
Tom Strauss.
Nicholas Swigert.
Ian Sundal.
Ryan Soldatitz.
Jay Swartz.
Min Tang.
Tim Sweeney.
Nicholas Leon Tarantino.
Joshua Antonio Torres.
Juan Tejada.
Ryan Alexander Torres.
William Curry Templeton IV.
Caleb Eton Zoe.
Kirill Alexander Tai.
Adrian Zoe.
Christian Tippa.
Michael John Unger.
Stephen Titus.
Anthony Xavier.
Zachary A. Toland.
James Valek.
Brian Jingwai Tom.
Jack Van Hecken.
Drake Henry Zapansky.
Daniel Ventura.
He's independent. Corey Theodore Walker.
Stephen Versage.
Justin Wall.
David Wagner.
Jack Walton.
Alex Whitman.
Caleb Wassler.
Samuel Whitty.
Julian Webb.
Travis Whitty.
Jordan D. Weber.
Zach Whitty.
Theodore E. Werkheiser III.
Ryan Cody Wajahowski.
Austin Robert Wilds.
David Wong.
Richard Wiltshire.
John Wynn.
Alexander Silvonic.
Ethan Zander.
Travis Wingate.
Andy Yee.
Jeffrey Elliott Zaccaro.
Logan Alexander Yakel.
Zachary Zager.
Tyler Young.
Timothy Zarzecki.
Carter Yunt.
Ryan Zucchini.
That's it. I know. Good job.
Mike Zeller. Tariq E. Zoni. Matthew William Zotarelli. Kyle Zuperka. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge Class of 2013 graduate Nicole Albertson, who is currently at basic training in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Class of 2013, congratulations on your graduation. Class, take care of the ball so we can get finished here. Thank you. In closing, to the class of 2013, it was an honor serving as your principal this past year. As a class, you distinguished yourselves continually, whether on the stage, in the classroom, on the playing field, or by serving your community. You gave us countless wonderful memories that will last a lifetime. And I thank you for a truly memorable year as your principal. In closing, on behalf of the Board of School Directors, Administration, faculty, and staff, congratulations, best wishes, and good health to the graduates of the class of 2013. Parents, after the graduates have recessed out of the arena, you will find them in front of Roush Fieldhouse. At this point, we will begin our recessional. Mr. LaRue. First row.